I trust you all know what this means. It's a CGC unboxing. It's a 24 book vintage order. A lot of Silver Age Marvel, a lot of Spidey. Let's see what we got. This is getting heavy. Up next on this video from Bronzeville Comics. Hello, panelologists. This is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. Before we get started, like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Follow us on other socials. Bronzeville_comics on Instagram, Bronzeville_comics on Whatnot. We do sales Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and if you've not yet signed on to Whatnot, you can give it a try. By using the link in the description of this video, you'll get $10 off your first purchase, and that doesn't have to be a purchase from me. It could be any vendor. Also in the description of this video is a link to my eBay store as well as my email. And the email is going to become important. We'll come back around to it because some of these books are going to be available for sale. We're going to do like a little claim sale thing at the end of the video. So buckle in. This is going to be fun. So this is a 25 book vintage order. I submitted through my LCS. We sent it out right after Christmas. So it's been 2.5 months to come back. And I have most of the books were from the bulk of them were from a collection that I picked up in November of 2022, a couple from a collection that I picked up in July of 22 and one in August, and a couple other purchases. So what I like to do, I don't know the grades. There'll be a surprise. I do have my predictions of what the grades would be when I submitted them. As I said, I bought these books, most of them in 2022. And so it took a while to get them to CGC because my presser is very slow. I'm my presser. I have a big backlog of books, and it takes a while to get through them all, because on top of everything else, work, family, etc., it's just something that I don't always have time for, and I only have the capabilities right now to pressing 2 books at a time. I don't know the grades. I like that surprise. Unlike some people who need to know the grades as soon as they pop on the system, I like to see it in hand and see what the grade is, whether that's confirmation, elation, disappointment, and somewhere in between. So we're going to go through all the books. Now, this was a 25-book vintage submission. There are only 24 books in here because I submitted these through my buddy at my LCS, and when the package came in, he checked it. There was one book that was damaged. So that's going back as a mechanical error, and it was funny. He had the book when I went to the shop in his office there, and he says, yeah, I know you don't like to see the grades, but he had the book, and he has like a piece of paper over the top, so I can't see the grade. He goes, what do you think it is? So I checked my phone, which has my Google Sheets with all my books that I submitted and where I got them and the predictions and all that. And I'm like, I think it's a 6.5. And sure enough, it was a 6.5. We'll see that in a future unboxing. So I was 1 for 1 on my grades there. I'm also going to talk about where I picked these books up from. And we're going to go through them. So there are 24 books in here. I'm probably only keeping 2 of these in the personal collection, which is a little unusual for me. So let's take a look, and we'll go through the books. I don't know the grades. I'm not looking at the grades, and yeah, we'll go through the grades, where I got them, and how much they're worth. Okay. Now, I did get an extra surprise. Part of a book didn't quite make it. Keep with CGC invoice, extra piece out of bag. Grade stayed the same. So maybe it came off. That's an interesting note. I'll put this with the book. I think I know which book it is because there was one book that I had like a 1.5. So, hopefully it was... I think most of these are mid-graders, and there are a lot of Spidey books. There's actually 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 silver Spidey books. So and the one that didn't make it. So I always have to remind myself which hand covers the grade, right? It's the right hand, right? Yeah. Okay. So this is how we're going to do it. Try to eliminate the glare. This is Avengers 87. This is a book that I got in a collection in July of 2022. There was a small crease in the top. I thought it was an 8.0. This is the origin of Black Panther, correct? Actually, I'm going to see it better if I just hold it up to the screen. Yeah, origin of Black Panther. I thought it was an 8.0, 7.0. That's a little disappointing. Yeah, I could see that. I think it's the biggest defect is up there in the top corner. I think that break of color really limited it. I thought the book was nice otherwise. So that's a downer. I don't know what order they are in the box. I submit them all in alphabetical, numerical order by title and what have you. So let's go with what is next. Right hand. This is an interesting one. Astonishing Tales number 13. This is the first cover appearance, I believe, of Man-Thing. Or is it the first cover of Man-Thing in a comic? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is. I got this from Streetside Anthony. It's actually going backwards. For $19. There's a little chip. It's on the back or front cover. The bottom, it's very small. I can't even see it right now. I'm only seeing part of chip bottom right. Yeah. It's exceedingly small. Okay. I thought this was, based on the last grade, we'll see. I thought it was an 8.5. And it came back an 8.5. Off-white to white. So I was kind of hoping for a little bit higher grade in terms of the value of the book. Because once you start to get into the 9s, a book from 1972, the value does increase. But that's a decent little book there. I don't know how much that's going to go for. You'll see at the bottom here, the FMV from Cover Price. Now, I also want to talk about the sturdiness of the slabs. I was watching a couple of unboxings, and they were talking about how it's harder to crack these cases. There is no wiggle room on these. Like, usually with a CGC case, and at the end, I'll kind of compare it to a more recent case. I don't know. I know, some people aren't submitting to CGC right now because of the problems with the reholder scam. I'm like, I have books. Let's go through them. So what's up next? I think we're to our Amazing Spider-Mans. Oh, no. We're jumping to Hulk. Hulk 180. I'm sorry. Hulk 182. This is kind of all over the place. This I got in a collection in August of 2022. I thought this was a 7.5. There is some creasing at the top on the right there. Let's see. Sorry about that. So what did I have this? I had it at a Incredible Hulk 182, 7.5. And it comes back. I always get a little nervous when I do these unboxings because it's kind of like gambling, right? You're not going to go to 0, but, do you go up? Do you go down? Or do you have like a push on what you thought it was and what you invested in it? 7.5. So off-white to white. We're not doing well on page quality today so far. So let's do 7.5 for that. Yeah, this is kind of jumping all over in terms of the order that I have them in. Anyway, up next, Incredible Hulk 102. This is lower grade. You can see a lot of creasing on it. This is the big premiere issue in 1968. Was it, right? 68, when Marvel had the ability to distribute more books. So they started Silver Surfer. What was the other title they started fresh? There was one other title they started fresh. And then Tales to Astonish split into Incredible Hulk and Submariner. Strange Tales into Doctor Strange and Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And Tales of Suspense into Iron Man, Captain America. So I'm trying to limit the glare. Hulk 102. This is lower grade. I had this at a 4.5. 4.5. Off white to white. Okay. So I am happy that so far, including the book that got returned, I've been right on the money in 4 out of 5. So let's get a plus. I want a plus. Okay. Speaking of Nick Fury and Strange Tales, this is Strange Tales 159. This is the first appearance of Val. It says Contessa Valentina Alessa de Fontaine. And this book I had at a 5.5. There is some spine wear. There's a little bit of a crease on the book and a little bit of top wear. 5.5. 5.5. They're reading my mind. So I should have put down that it was like a 9.2. So 159 is a 5.5. I would love a plus here at some point. Okay, this is one of the ones I'm going to keep. This is Special War Series number 4. I got this in a collection in August of 2022. It's a collection is mostly trades. I still have to go through all the trades. It's just like bins and bins. This is the first appearance of Judo Master, who had a fairly memorable appearance in the Peacemaker TV series. I am trying to get all of these Charlton first appearances. Now, Judo Master's a little bit different than some of the other Charlton heroes because he didn't really play that prominent as a role in Crisis or was really promoted by DC thereafter, nor was a kind of doppelganger of him used in Watchmen. But this book was really hot when the Peacemaker series came out. It's cooled down. This is a mid-grader. I have it just overall wear at a 4.5. Again, it is a Charlton book. 4.0. Okay, so that's another one that's just a point down. Half a grade point down. Cream to off-white. 4.0. Okay, so I'm going to keep that for now. I don't think that has a ton of value right now, especially down at a 4.0. But, you know, I have most of the... I still need Captain Atom and Peter Cannon Thunderbolt of the major Charlton heroes. So let's continue. I think I know what this is. Yeah, this is another PC book. This is My Greatest Adventure number 80, the first appearance of the Doom Patrol from 1963. I bought this off eBay in December of 2022 for $242.22 all in. I thought it was a pretty solid mid-grade. There is a water stain at the bottom of the book. You can see it on the back cover, kind of. It's not terrible, but it's there. I don't really do that that alchemy to, you know, bled it and all that sort of thing. So I just cleaned and pressed it. This is a fairly important key, being a, you know, early Silver Age first appearance of the Doom Patrol. I had it at a 4.0, and it came back a 3.5. That's a little disappointing. Off-white to white. So I'm going to hold on to that. I want to see what the fair market value is. I think I still got a good deal on it based on what I paid for it. But I was hoping for a little bit better. There is some, you know, overall edge wear. So let's see what's next. Can you give me one plus? We've had all pushes or minuses. Tales of Suspense number 53. This is the second appearance of Black Widow, Origin of the Watcher. He was the backup feature in the book at the time. This I had at a 7.0. There's some small creases on the bottom. I'm hoping I did try to get rid of as much as I could. Thought it cleaned up reasonably well. I had it at a 7.0. Oof. 5.5. Ooh. Ouch. I want to... Does have some dust shadow. It looks like there was reversion in the spine. I mean, I had pressed the book, but there's like some wrinkling on the spine there. I want to take a look at the grader's notes. That hurts. Ouch. 53 is a 5.5. Alrighty. Come on, I need a win here. That also was in the collection I picked up in November of 2022, which is the bulk of these books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of the 25 books were from that particular collection. So, and it was a mid-grader collection. There's actually a couple lower grade books in here from that collection. So, I'm trying to not look here. Okay, this. Okay. Let me just shift the box a little bit so they're not falling forward. We'll grab the next book and see what we got. We haven't gotten to any of the Spideys yet. Okay. This is the first appearance of Black Widow, Tales of Suspense 52. I was really on the fence about submitting this. This is lower grade. I had it at a 2.5, and the other thing, too, is I gave them a note that the cover was kind of holding on for dear life. So if it comes back lower than 2.5, I do want to check the grader's notes on it to see if the cover ended up getting detached at some point. So cross fingers, 2.5, all 5 pages. Okay, so that's another push. That's exactly what I thought it was. You can see there's like a couple of pieces missing. And this is the kind of book, it's a key, and it does have good value, even at this lower grade, and it's kind of safer being encapsulated. I'm seeing some reversion on the spine there too. I don't know how well. I mean, I didn't work a lot on the spine because of on this particular book. This was that November collection as well. Yeah, it's holding on there, and barely holding on there. And I think if we go around, it's hard to tell from the front, but yeah, it's precarious. The cover. So that's kind of a reason to encapsulate, just to protect that from getting worse. Okay. Okay, here we have Tales of Suspense 48. This is the first appearance of this, his new armor. There was some gunk on the cover, like by iron, that I couldn't get off. I don't know what it was. It was like gum or something. Some old silly putty or whatever. Again, this was a little bit lower grade. And I had this at a 3. 3. Cream to off-white. 3.0. No wins yet. Okay. This was a nicer book. It was the same collection, a little bit more recent. This is from 1967. This classic Maurice Severin cover. With Silver Surfer and the Hulk. And I thought this is number 93. I thought this was a 7.0. 7.0. Off-white pages. Yeah. I like that cover. I'm a fan. That is, for some reason, on certain covers, not Fantastic 450, the brown works really well. Like Conan 24, that first cover appearance of Red Sonja, it works really well. There's, I think, a DC book key that has a brown cover that looks pretty awesome, too. Again, my high school's colors were brown and gold, so I am a fan of the brown. Okay, this is a couple issues earlier. Tales to Astonish 90. This is the first appearance of The Abomination. This book was hot leading up to the She-Hulk series, not so much anymore. And let me just focus. I had this. I'm trying to limit the glare. I had this also at a 7.0. And it came back also a 7.0. Off-white to white. So that's what makes me question, is it me or is it them on the ones that I was really off on? I mean, I was only off on 1 by or 2 by a half, 1 by a full point, and 1 by a point and a half. Other than that, but I haven't been ahead on any of them. I haven't like had any wins. Let's refocus. Okay, this one's low grade, and I suspect this might be where the piece came from. Yeah, is that? I don't know. I don't know if that larger piece was missing. Cover was split and detached. This is a 1.5. This is the first appearance of Hawkeye in Tales of Suspense 57 from 1964. Again, I had this as a 1.5. Again, all these Tales of Suspense, Tales to Astonish, all came from that November collection, November 2022. That's how slow I am in getting through pressing. 1.5, 1.0. Cream to off-white. Was it? I don't remember this much of the cover missing, to be honest. Let me take a look at my notes, because there's that. I should have taken a picture of it. And then on the back, there's that. Let me take a look at my notes here on this book. I know it was low grade. Pieces missing. Yeah, so I guess maybe they were. I should have taken a picture, but whatever. Get it encapsulated. It's still a nice key. And it's an affordable entry if you're a Hawkeye fan. Okay, I think most of what's left, with one exception, is Amazing Spider-Man. That's where you'd like to get the pluses, right? You'd like to have the wins on ASM books. All Silver Age, except for one bronze. Okay, you have this classic cover, issue number 33. There is a subscription crease on this. Kind of see running through the book. So it doesn't have any key appearance significance, but this classic Steve Ditko cover is a fan favorite. 33, I had this at a 4.5. 4.5 off-white pages. Another one right on the money. I guess I'm getting better at this grading thing. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man 31. Let's get it in focus. First appearance of Gwen Stacy, Harry Osborn, and Professor Miles Warren. Yeah, there we go. Amazing Spider-Man 31. There is spine wear. I had this at a 5.0. 4.5. Okay, so a little bit down on what I thought. Still, I haven't had any wins. Come on. Okay, this is the only other non-Spider-Man book, and this is the most recent pickup. I got this at a yard sale in the fall of 2023, I think in October, with a lot of war books. And I don't generally get these war books graded, but this is it's got this piece missing up here. That's the biggest defect. A lot of the books in this collection were fairly high grade. The war books, like in the fine plus to very fine range for their age. This is a 1962 comic. It doesn't mention in the notes, but this includes a panel that was homaged, plagiarized, swiped by Roy Lichtenstein for one of his paintings. I had this at a 3.5. That's the biggest defect, that piece missing. So let's see. 3.5. Right on the money. All but one of the rest of the books is from the November collection, because I have duplicates of one of the books. Okay, 43. This I had it a 2.5. There was tanning, and there's a tear somewhere. I thought, on first inspection, it looks fairly nice. 2.5 is my grade estimate. 3.5. I finally got a win. Yeah, and I'm looking at it like, why did I have it down at a 2.5? And it's funny. Look at what we got right there. A little piece probably from the back cover. Yep. You did have that overhang kind of creasing and chipping. And since the book, there's the tear and there's a little bit of a stain. Like here. Okay. 3.5 for number 43. So that's our first plus. What did I have it in my notes? I just printed out the notes, but it doesn't list 43. Tanning, tear near top left back cover, tear bottom left front cover. Okay, I probably hit it a little hard for those tears. So, 3.5, I'll take it. Again, most of these books were, like I said, mid to lower grade, but still nice Silver Age keys. Up next, Amazing Spider-Man 42. This is the first full appearance. Mary Jane Watson's face revealed for the first time in cameo on last page. And second appearance of the Rhino. So number 42, there's a slight crease. I had this at a 5.5. 4.5. Ouch. Okay. 4.5 for that. One win. This is lower grade. You can see that big, heavy subcrease. Number 39, this is the first John Romita work on the book, and this is where Green Goblin and Spider-Man learn each other's identities. I don't even have notes on this. I just looked at it like, I gave it a quick press, said it's a 2.5, and a 3.0, off-white pages. So a little plus there. Right? I mean, yeah, it does have quite a bit of creasing on the front cover. That's, yeah, 3.0. There's a lot, like deep micro creasing on the back cover. So, 3.0. Still, it's an ASM key. Let's move along. Okay. Here we have, and I have two of these. Now, how am I going to tell the difference? Multiple creases on cover. Let me just take a look at my notes real quick. Yeah, multiple creases, bottom right front cover, spine damage. Yep, the bottom back wear, cover wear. Yeah, okay. So this is the lower grade of the one. I had this. This is actually from a different collection. This is a collection from the previous July of 2022, as opposed to all the other ones that came out of the November collection. I had this at a 3.5. Yeah. 3.5 off white pages. So I think I'm going to start graphing like my predicted grade and CGC's grades and see what the correlation is. I'm a stats guy. What can I say? Okay. This is the same book. This is a better copy. This I had at a 4.5. Interestingly, gets a blue label. It was produced without a top staple. Does not affect the, it's universal. It's a production error. I think it was no top staple. Let me just double check. Oh, I gotta look at my notes. No top staple. That's the only note I have on this. Okay. Other than it just has, it's got to share stuff going on. I had this as a 4.5, right? 4.5. Whoa, 6.5. That is nice. I think, okay, I'll take it. It is a nice presenting book. There's no staining, no real big creasing on the cover. There is a little bit of a spine roll. And since there's no top staple, it doesn't, the inner wraps don't necessarily sit neatly within the book because there's nothing holding them on here. So, okay, that's cool. I'll take that. So that's a big plus over what I thought. Biggest win. We got, what, 3 books left? One more silver. This is the last silver, then there's a couple bronze Spideys. Amazing Spider-Man 44. This is the second appearance of the Lizard. Yes, second Lizard. Took him a while. Tanning, Wear at the top. I had this as a 5.5. And we got a 6.5. Another win. Okay. So things are close to even out. Very close to it. 2 books, 2 Bronze Age Spideys to go. Oops. There we go. These are should be in a little bit better shape. Should be 2 of the higher grades in the thing. Okay, 134. This is the first appearance of the Tarantula and the second appearance of the Punisher and Cameo. I had this at an 8.0. There's a small stain on it. 8.5. Nice. Again, this is from that same collection. I will take that. One more book. Where is it? There it is. I didn't see the grade. It's okay. And it is, this, in terms of its values, borderline. I just liked the way the cover presented. There is a thumb crease on the bottom of the book in her leg there, the shadow of her leg. And there's a little bit of spine stress. I had this at a 7.0. This is the where Black Widow gets the new costume. That kind of sheer body, blue bodysuit that we're more familiar with from the Bronze Age. I had this at a 7.0, and it's an 8.5. White pages. That's really nice. That's a plus, because you go up there and, you know, now you're starting to get into higher grade for a Bronze Age book. I like that. That's you know, one of the bigger pluses of the day. So I think overall it's kind of like, you know, I'm right in the middle, off, you know, dead on with a lot of them. How many rows I dead on with out of 25? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Almost half of them I was dead on with the correct grade. And then a few above, a few below. I'll do a little scatter plot and a correlation, so to see, you know, again, I tried to, you know, and it's important in terms of submitting to be more or less accurate in your grading, because you don't want to be overgrading by a lot or consistently, because then books that you're submitting are not going to have the value that you think they will. And if it's borderline, and that Black Widow book, that ASM 86, was kind of borderline in terms of the grade that I thought it was, to have the value that makes it worth submitting to CGC. Because part of the idea is to enhance the value of the book. And it's a little bit of a roll of the dice. There is some gambling to it, in a sense, in that, you know, if you are off, you know, you're losing some value. You might have been better off selling it raw. But there's also, as a seller, when you do it online, there's a little less worry, because you have a third party grading the book for you. So when you say it's an 8.5, somebody else thought it was an 8.5, not me trying to sell it. So I'm going to go look up fair market values on these, and we'll get back, and you'll see those on the bottom of the screen throughout the video. But then we'll talk about, there are going to be a bunch of these. We'll do a quick claim sale if you're interested in any of the books. So I'll be back in what's going to be seconds for you. It's going to be a little bit of time for me. So I went through all 25 books, even though I only unboxed 24. I know the grade of The Amazing Spider-Man 51. And I got the fair market value. You saw the fair market value for all the books on screen. Some of them are more difficult because they don't sell, and some of the books I probably shouldn't have submitted for a couple of reasons. The value decreased over the last year, year and a half, and they were lower grade. So there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe even up to 10 books that I probably should have just kept raw, but be that as it may. The total fair market value of the books is $5,290. That's not bad. The highest fair market value is The Amazing Spider-Man 31, first appearance of Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn, which had a fair market value of $450, followed by the first Black Widow at $375, and then the first Shocker in a 6.5 at $350. So no huge wins. And so I did look at so I pulled out just a random book that I had slabbed a little while ago, and I don't really notice. Again, another YouTuber I saw doing an unboxing, they thought that the slabs were sturdier. I'm not sure. I don't notice. This is from a little while ago. It starts with 430, so it's from probably about 5 months ago, somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't know. They said that it's more difficult to crack the newer slabs out. I have no experience with that. Everything looks pretty much the same to me in terms of the construction of the slabs and the rigidity of them. And CGC hasn't said anything to the contrary. So I'm going to assume that these, unless I see some evidence to the contrary, I think these are probably still able to be tampered with. I don't know if they've, trying to see, let's see, if can we slip a small piece of paper inside. I'm trying to, slide down here. No, not really. I mean, I don't really do this routinely with my slabs, is try to, insert anything into them. This might be a little bit more open. But again, I'm not really getting any. On the top. Now, if I take the older slab, am I able to do it more readily? No, not really. I'm trying to see if there's some more wiggle room. And again, I'm not getting any give when I try to do a little twist on it. Don't worry, it's not like a Hulk 181. Yeah, I don't see an appreciable difference over recent books. So I also wanted to look at my grading, and as I said, 12 I graded on point out of the 25. 7 my grade estimate was under CGC's, and 6. I'm sorry, on 6 my grade estimate was under. On 7 my grade estimate was over. It pretty much evened out in the wash. And I'll put up this scatter plot that shows on the horizontal axis the grade that I gave the book, and on the vertical axis the grade that CGC gave it. You won't see 25 points because there's some duplicated points. Like there were a couple books, both CGC and I graded at 7.5. You'll only see one, or at a 7.0. You'll only see 1 point at 7.7. So that's like the math nerd in me. My correlation between my grading and CGC grading is 0.93. I think that's pretty decent. I should track how that's worked for me historically in different grades. And I'm going to do that going forward, just kind of to, check my own grading and inform myself when I start to look at books. So what we're going to do right now, if you're not interested, I thank you for stopping by. You can go. But if you're interested in any of these books, And this is what I do often when I do a CGC unboxing. There are only two I'm keeping for my personal collection. There are a couple others I'm just going to put to the side, waiting for the characters to make an appearance, potentially, at least be cast in something. I'm keeping the first Judo Master and the first Doom Patrol. I'm a DC guy. I'm going to keep those. So I'm going to put the books, show the books. Here's the deal. I'm going to show you a price, and you can claim it at that price. What you have to do is email me. My email is in the description of this video, BronzevilleComics, all one word, at gmail.com. Send me an email. That way it's time-stamped. If we come to an agreement, then in the comments of this video, I'll put particular books sold. It's $15 shipping for up to 3 slabs domestically. If it's international, get in touch with me, and I'll just I'll find out what the exact value is to ship it to you, and that's what you'll pay. Payment is PayPal, friends, and family. And I do friends and family because there are no fees, and I am putting these books all below fair market value because I'm willing, especially viewers of my channel, if you're interested, do that favor for you, and I'm saving on fees, so I think that's fair. If you're not comfortable with friends and family and would prefer to do goods and services, then I'm going to have to add 3% and kind of round it up to like the nearest $5, right? So if it comes out to $12.12, it'll be an additional $15. And yeah, then I can ship them out once I get payment. I can ship them out the next day. Again, more than 3 slabs, we can talk, and I can get exact shipping quote there. But 1 slab to 3 slabs is going to be $15, PayPal, friends, and family. And the way that communicate with me is through email. I figure everybody accesses email. BronzevilleComics, all one word, at gmail.com. So that's the rules for the claim sale. So these are the books. I'm going to give you the books, and then I'm going to show you the cert number as well. All American Men of War, 89, 3.5 cream to off-white pages, $225. Cert number, actually I'll do it this way, so you might be able to scan the QR code, 43777370001, $225. Amazing Spider-Man, 31, 4.5 off-white pages, $400. 43777370002. $400. Amazing Spider-Man 33, 4.5 off-white pages, $200. Cert number 43777370003. I'm going to keep these prices good till noon on Monday, because then I'm probably going to have them available on Whatnot. And we'll so you can reach out to me after that to see if they're still available. Prices are subject to change after that if there's some movement in the market. Amazing Spider-Man 39 in a 3.0 off-white pages, $140. Where are we going? 43777370004. Amazing Spider-Man 42. Focus. First, Mary Jane. 4.5 off-white to white pages, $110. 43777370005. $110. Amazing Spider-Man 43. 3.5 cream to off-white pages, $90. 43777370006. And I also give you the certain numbers because you can get high-grade scans if you put those into the registry and the CGC verification. You'll get the high-grade scans both the front and back cover. Amazing Spider-Man 44, 6.5 off-white pages, $160. Cert number 43777370007. Again, I can't promise these QR codes will work through video. Oh, I gotta change that one. I thought I made a mistake. I have two copies of this. The lower grade copy of First Shocker, Amazing Spider-Man 46 in a 3.5 off-white pages is $135. And the cert number is 43777370009. And then the 6.5 off-white pages is $320. 43777370008. Amazing Spider-Man 86, 8.5 white pages, $270. 43777370001. Amazing Spider-Man 134, 8.5 off-white to white pages, $200. 43777370012. Astonishing Tales number 13. 8.5 off-white to white pages, $95. 43777370013. Avengers number 87, 7.0 white pages, $95. 43777370014. Incredible Hulk 102. 4.5 off-white to white pages, $115. 43777370015. Incredible Hulk 182. 7.5 off-white to white pages, $225. 43777370016. Tales of Suspense 48. 3.0 cream to off-white pages, $135. 43777370020. Edit. Tales of Suspense 52, 2.5 off-white pages, $350. 437773721. Tales of Suspense 53. Cream to off-white pages, 5.5 cream to off-white pages, $180. Cert number 43777377022. Tales of Suspense 57. First Hawkeye 1.0, $250. Cream to off-white pages. Cert number 43777377023. Final book, Tales to Astonish, number 90, 7.0 off-white to white pages, $110. 43777377024. So any of those that you're interested in, again, shipping $15 for up to 3 books. PayPal friends and family. If you prefer to do goods of services, I'm going to add on 3%, round it up to the next $5. And contact me through bronzevillecomics@gmail.com. My email link is in the description of this video. Oh, that's a lot of unboxing, a lot to unpack, and we did it. So I'm reasonably happy. Let me know which books that you like the best. Which books. I think that Black Widow, that Amazing Spider-Man 86 look great, and I'm glad to get the Doom Patrol into the collection. So thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. You can take a look at a couple of my other videos here, and I'll try to link the video that I got the collection with up there. And this is Jim saying until next time, enjoy your comics.